one person who's not going along with it is Representative Debbie Lesko. We have yesterday, Riley Gaines, a former top college athlete, joined the Congresswoman in calling on Congress to pass the Women's Bill of Rights. The bill is sponsored by Lesko, and it would clarify that the term woman is based on biology rather than personal identity when it comes to federal law. We welcome Congresswoman Debbie Lesko to the center ring of the conservative circus. And the first question I have for you, Congresswoman, is what is a woman?
Well, thank you so much for having me on. And isn't it crazy that I have to sponsor legislation at the congressional level to define what a woman is because the Supreme Court justice can't even define what a woman is? But I tell you what my bill does, it's needed because of what you said, but also because of misguided court rulings that regarding the definition of sex. And what it's doing is intruding on women and girls sports. It's allowing men to be in women prisons. It's allowing boys and men's to be in girls and women's bathrooms and locker rooms. And this is just not fair to women. Women have rights. We want our own private spaces. We want to compete in women and girls sports and not have it unfair to have a guy competing against us. And this is what my bill does. So it says, for purposes of federal law, a person's sex means his or her biological sex, either male or female, at birth. And for purposes of federal law addressing sex, the terms woman and girl refer to human females, and the terms man and boy refer to human males. Now, it's like I said, it's a sad day indeed that I need a federal law to define this, but it's come down to that.
Well, you know what, Congresswoman, because of the Democrats, because of their fecklessness, because of their not being willing to look at biology, they're not being willing to look and protect women. This is where the whole women's right movement came out of. This is necessary. It's sad, but it is necessary that we have this type of language that we can make these type of distinctions. And you had some very impressive athletes join you. What was their message?
Well, Riley Gaines joined me yesterday, but in the past we had other collegiate athletes join and just said, listen, this is not fair. It is not fair to women. We have fought for so long to have Title IX that would give more opportunity to girls and women to compete in sports. And now they're taking it away. So effectively, if they're allowing males who identify as women but still have male body parts to compete in the girls and women's sports. And it's just not fair. So in the case of Riley Gaines, she was a 12-time All-American swimmer. She's been swimming since she's 2 years old. She gave up a whole bunch of things throughout her life because she practiced all of the time swimming and became, very good at it. And so she had to compete. She was forced to compete and tied with a swimming meet with transgender swimmer Leah Thompson at the NCAA swimming championships. And guess what? She tied, but they gave the trophy to the transgender Leah Thomas instead of Riley Gaines. And so now Riley Gaines is speaking out against this, saying this is unfair, and she's speaking up for all the girls and all the women that think this is unfair, that this is being pushed upon them, that they feel uncomfortable when males, either boys or men, are put in their locker rooms and they have to undress and take showers with males. It's just not fair. It's not fair on the competitive point of view, and it's not fair to intrude into women-only spaces.
You know what's crazy?
It boggles my mind that these Democrats that used to be, feminists, now they're giving up all these women's rights for transgenders.
Congresswoman, I have never heard of a collegiate rule saying that a tie must go to the transgender. I am not. I was not aware of that, and I would be furious too if I were caught in that situation. Let me ask you though, in all seriousness, what are the chances that your bill is going to make it out of the House and the Senate? I'm quite sure it'll make it out of the Republican-controlled House. What shot does it have in the Senate?
Well, quite frankly, I don't know that it has a shot in the Senate because the Senate is controlled by Democrats. There's more Democrats that were elected than Republicans, and so Schumer probably won't allow the bill to be heard. But that doesn't mean I should just give up and say, oh, the Democrat president isn't going to sign this and the Democrat Senate isn't going to hear it. We have to stand up for what we believe in. The American public put Republicans in control in the U.S. House of Representatives, where I serve. And so we have to push legislation. We have to push back on this radical agenda, and that's what the voters expect from us. That's why they elected us. They're sick and tired of this radical agenda, whether it's on, going against women and discriminating against women like on this issue, or whether it's crazy radical energy policies like banning gas stoves and getting rid of gas stoves or mandating all electric vehicles. The Democrats have gone insane.
Well, they've gone insane.
They're pushing their radical agenda, and it's my job to push back.
It's your job to push back, and I really wish we would have the opportunity to have that in the Senate because I'm telling you, the women there, I would love to see women senator be put on point about this very issue. We had Congresswoman Debbie Lesko with a women's right bill that I think is timely.